Welcome to Pipefy, the recruitment management software. My name is Victoria and I'm a process specialist. In this video, I will share how you can make your recruitment process much more organized and effective. After watching this video, you'll be able to start using the best of what the recruitment process has to offer. After working with more than 3,400 companies that use Pipefy daily to manage their recruiting process, we've identified the main pain points of the process, such as after publishing the job positions, it's painful and time-consuming to filter the best candidates to interview with a high volume of resumes. There is a risk of letting great candidates go unnoticed. Decentralization of information. Throughout the recruiting process, it's easy to lose information about candidates in different channels, such as Excel spreadsheets, emails, and the famous Notepad. You are not sure if the email to schedule the interview was sent, if you have already sent the offering letter, or what were the highs and downs of the interview. The lack of visibility in the process management. You, as the person responsible for the recruitment flow, isn't aware if the candidate was already called for an interview or not, if the offering letter has been sent, or even if the proposed letter has been sent, taking the risk of losing a qualified professional. But with Pipefy, you'll be able to select the best candidates for your company. Do not lose an excellent professional due to an unorganized screening stage or because you're unable to compare the resumes correctly, all in one place. Centralize all information about the candidate and follow the data of this process on the same platform. Get visibility into what is happening at each stage of the recruitment. With Pipefy, you will be able to easily analyze the entire application process. Stay connected until the end of this presentation to learn how to achieve these goals. Here is a suggested template for the recruitment process. It is completely customizable and can be edited at any time to perfectly fit what your company's reality looks like. Now, let's follow this selection together from start to finish. When we access this process, we can see that the Kanban view allows you to easily check all the process information in one single screen. We can have visibility of the status of each candidate, from the registration for the job position until which ones were approved or not. This is a card. Each one represents a candidate's application. Each one of these columns represents a step or a phase of your process. To start the recruitment process, it's necessary that people outside your company can register through a form, and that is not a problem. Using Pipefy, we can share what we call the start form in a simple way. Using a public link by clicking on Share, you can send this link directly to candidates, add it on social media, or even share it on your website. So let's access this public form and understand a little better how it works. As we can see here, all fields are standardized. This way, you guarantee that the candidates who will be filling out the form have added all the required information to start this process. All this information that we're seeing here, such as the fields and logos, can be edited to match your company's goals and brand. Now we're going to fill out a new application and follow this inside Pipefy. When the candidate clicks on Submit, you, the person responsible for the recruitment process, will automatically receive the information about this candidate in the first phase, which is screening, as you can see here inside of the pipe. Let's take a closer look inside the card right now. It's very simple. The card is divided into two parts. On the left side, we have all the information that was filled out by the candidate previously on the public form. And on the right side, what your team needs to fill of relevant information during this current stage of the process, which in our case is new candidates. I will first select the person responsible for the screening phase. So let's say it's Victoria. And we'll move this candidate to our next phase, which is screening. Let's fill the pre-requirement fields. Here we have the comments options, in case you think it is necessary to point out a specific situation. We will then select the initial evaluation. So say that they are a great cultural fit and they have good leadership skills. And we will select if the applicant is suitable to be part of the company, yes or no. So let's select yes and move this candidate to the next phase, which is interview. In this phase, we will add the person responsible for this job offering. For this scenario, let's select a specific person. and also schedule a date for the first interview. So let's say it's in a few days. Here, we can use the email messaging feature to communicate the day and time of the interview for this candidate. This way, all emails exchanged are centralized in the card without needing to go check different channels. As soon as we get the answer, we can mark whether the candidate attended or not and classify him or her in the different fields below, all in one place. There's no need to check different channels and take notes that may be confusing or easily lost. In this phase, we will also contact our candidate's co-workers as a reference to understand a little more how he or she is in an everyday life. If you, as the process administrator, feels like you need to add more fields to this phase, such as a reference contact, you just need to click on Add Form field and select the type of field you want to add. This field will now be present for all future cards that reach this phase. Keep in mind that the field is not tied specifically to this card, it is tied to this phase. So every time you have a new candidate reaching this phase, this is a field that will need to be filled out. This makes it easier to not keep creating the same field every time a candidate reaches this phase. Now let's move this candidate's card to the next phase, which is job offer. Here we will fill out a few information related to this job, like the title, description, salary, the starting date. So let's select over here when they would start. And also mark if this employee has accepted the offer, yes or no. An interesting thing to point out is that this card keeps the entire record of what happened with this candidate. On the left side, you will be able to check this information over here. Once this candidate has accepted the job offer, it's time to move them to the final phase. That's it, the recruitment process is finished. A super interesting feature for recruitment processes that is essential to mention are the reports. Here you can easily filter candidates versus job offers versus applications and view everything in one place according to your criteria. If you have any questions about Pipefy's usabilities or features, you can always consult our Help Center through the Help sidebar right here. However, as we know, the recruiting process does not stop here. Once the candidate is approved, he or she will move on to the process of hiring and onboarding. Using Pipefy, we can connect these processes and automate the information handoff between them. With this video, we were able to follow and understand how Pipefy is completely customizable and adapts to the reality of any company. More than 3,400 companies trust and use Pipefy as the best solution for the recruitment process because you'll be able to ensure that candidates that has the perfect fit with your company will not go unnoticed by the HR team during the screening process. You will have all information and documentation of this candidate on one single place. You'll be able to easily visualize all of the steps in this process to make sure you are up to date when managing everything in the process. Now, if you want to take your process to the next level, be sure to explore other features, such as the connections. Agile teams don't stop every time to rewrite or search for information, and neither should their processes. Connect one process to the other, ensuring that data follows continuously without wasting time. Automations automatically make the output of one process be the input of another. Example, at the end of the recruitment process, a card is already created and open in the onboarding pipe. Reports extract complete data on everything that is happening within the process. Start exploring Pipefy's features today and find out why recruitment teams love to use Pipefy in their processes. Thank you, and until next time.